Hello everyone, my name's SeetherCord. Quickly announcement I want to say, part 1 of this little conversation talk is uploaded on my YouTube channel known as SeetherCord, so please go check that out quickly and remember to subscribe. Enjoy the video.
Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to another amazing video. It's your boy Hysteria here with my good friend.
Hello everybody, this is SeetherCord. Thanks for having me on your channel.
Cool. Alright, so we're here, and I've got some questions. No, I don't. I have one question, and first off, SeetherCord, have you ever been to a convention?
I have been to a convention. Sadly, it is not a furry-centered convention, but I felt like it would be best to do a non-furry convention first to really kind of give like a sense of like what every other kind of convention is like before I move on to a furry one. But I have not been to a furry one yet, but I will be planning on hopefully getting to like FWA sometime next year.
Alright, so I have been fortunate enough to be gone to a furry convention. My very first convention wasn't one, thank God. It was a gaming convention. I went there to play Counter-Strike. It was an experience, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Nobody wants to see that. So we're here to talk about my first furry convention experience. Now,
Sweet.
As we talked about in part 1, which you can find on Seether's channel, I always felt like people who meet at cons, like they're putting on their best face, blah blah blah, because you're meeting people you haven't met before, people you've only seen like text from or seen on Skype or whatever. But my experience with it was the same thing. I drove 5 hours to get to this convention, and this is about 2 years ago, and I met these guys who were dating. They're still dating. They're still together. But I met them
nice.
for the first time, and I remember walking into the room, and there wasn't just them either. Like I walked into the room. This is gonna get kind of weird. There were like dildos all over the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were all over the apartment, or not the apartment. They were all over the hotel room, and it was really weird. Like I don't come from a background where like there's lots of like hugging or like touchy feely kind of thing, and I know furries really like that, but the moment I walked in, I was just bombarded with hugs from like random people I didn't know, and it was just like all these new this new like experience. I was like, oh my god. And I remember like I literally lasted, I think it was like maybe an hour of just like weird stuff. They kind of mellowed out later, but like it was nothing but like hugging, cuddling, and like you know like it was like one of those. And I just
Yeah.
I feel really bad. I hope they're not listening to this right now. But I went
Did
out.
this happen at? Sorry if I interrupted.
Sorry.
Did this happen at specific parts, specific areas of the con, like the hotel rooms, or did this happen like all over the place there?
Well, there's lots of hugging and stuff like outside of the hotel room. This was like specific hotel room stuff. Like they're like back rubs, and like it was getting like steamy in the hotel room.
Oh my god.
I was freaking out, and like I said, I literally went out to my car and I just disappeared. I said something like I'm gonna go get a drink, and then like I like jolted up and like just darted for like the door to try and get away. And I remember going out to my car and just sitting there like in the back seat, like curled up in a ball, shaking, and I cried, like straight up, like just cried for like I think it was like an hour and a half before finally somebody messaged me, and they're like, hey, are you okay? You've been getting a drink for for almost an hour now. But it was really cool, like afterwards, after they all mellowed out, because like they didn't realize that like I had never been to like anything like this, so they were like, oh, okay, we need to like chill out. But like I said, I don't come from like the background where like you go up and you give somebody a hug. Like it was super weird to have somebody like just like touching me like nonstop. So I was it was an experience. That's what it was.
I bet. Yeah. Thanks for like giving me that advice ahead of time. I feel like I would kind of react the same way. Maybe a little more open, but still, like I'm not that much of a huggy person. So if you ever see me at a convention, know my boundaries, or I'll shoot you. No, I'm not gonna shoot you, but
stab you. We'll fight, bro. That's what we're gonna do.
Might go to prison for just saying that. But anyway.
Yeah, they're gonna.
But yeah, that's pretty interesting. With my experience at a regular comic convention, you can say that like furry conventions and regular style Comic Con conventions are extremely different, right?
Yeah, they are super, like, just like the fan base. Like I said, we had gaming people. Like, there's still a certain amount of, I'm gonna say this, if you don't like it, you can blur it out. There's a certain amount of autism that you see, and that's just the kind of word that you get. Because some people like aren't all there, and like I'm not like belittling those people. Those people are great. Like, you know, the ability to get to the convention and like have a good time. Like, that's what you're there for. You're there to have a good time. But some people just, I don't know, they get on your nerves. I can't tell you how many times that, like, because I normally I dress up as Deadpool. I can't tell you the amount of times I've been stopped by somebody who just made me feel like uncomfortable, you know, because.
And I wouldn't necessarily get mad at them for being that way, because, you know,
Yeah, you
autism
can't
is just
blame
having a social disconnect, so you can't really blame them.
Yeah.
Or so. It's something you can work on, and I think they should work on it, but still, it's not, like, necessarily a bad thing, which I get what you mean.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like, it's super weird. Like, if you were going, I had a friend who, like, refused to go to a con until she got herself a fursuit. You will have more fun in suit, but, like I said, be warned, you will be touched a lot. There will be lots of photos, there will be lots of hugging, lots of random, like, hey, like, let me pet you, and, like, that kind of thing. Even as Deadpool, the very first time, I remember the very first time I got out of my hotel room with my suit on, somebody grabbed my ass. Like, not even 5 minutes into being outside of the hotel room, somebody was already on me, and it was like, whoa, like, come on. So, it's funny. It still happens, but, like, you know, you get used to it. You know, it's kind of funny. All right, cut this out. Do you have any other questions?
Not really. I would say that, like, I'll bring up this part right here. Would you say that I've heard things about how, like, stealing is all and losing your items or people pickpocketing you is also a problem at, like, furry convention specifically? Is that like a thing as well?
I don't know. I've never actually. I've heard stories. I've never been a victim of that. Part of my, like, idea, and this is something that, like, I was taught growing up, is, like, if you don't want to lose it, don't, like, leave it out. Don't, like, you know, like, don't carry your expense, like, don't take your Gucci shades out to a furry convention and wear them on your fursuit. Like, that's just stupid, you know? So
I hear, like, using a fanny pack is, like, really helpful for those situations as well.
yeah, well, while I'm in suit, my Deadpool costume, I have little, like, bullet pouches that I special ordered them, but, like, they're on my belt, and I carry my personal belongings in there. I almost had to deck somebody because they started going through them. I mean, they were like being cute or whatever in their suit, but they started going through them, and my personal belongings were in there, and I almost had to just, like, take somebody out because they were touching my stuff. So
I bet. But I understand what you mean with that as well. And one other thing I hear that, like, happens at furry conventions, I don't know if you saw that, but there was, like, also, like, a massive amount of drug use there at conventions. Is that true?
yeah, you can cut this out.
Oh, come on.
No, but I heard, like, FWA is super, super, super notorious for that. So, down here in Texas, it's nothing but drinking. Nothing but drinking. Everybody's drinking.
I get
that's
you.
That's just the kind of culture that we come from. It's really based on, like, where you're coming from. Like, if you're going to Atlanta, like, I guess from what I've heard, it's lots of drugs. Down here in Texas, there's lots of booze, and there were, I guess, drugs in Chicago. I never got involved in them, but I heard stories. I was never one to be into, like, the huge room parties or anything. I never really liked that. So, like I said, I've heard stories. Roommates have been there, been done that, but I never did that. I never partook. So
That's good. And yeah, other than that, I don't really have anything else real in terms of questions of furry fandom conventions. But is there anything else that you like to add to that, or anything else about conventions with experiences and such?
Oh, conventions. I don't know. Be very careful. I'm guilty of this, and this is kind of my autism whenever it comes, because, like, I am. This is a story that I will tell later on a later date. Don't waste money on somebody you've never met and take them to a furry. Like, don't do that. Don't be like, hey, this person's really nice online. Like, I would like to, like, meet them. Blah blah blah. Don't do that. Just make them find their own way. If they're, like, along the way, like, maybe, but, like, don't drive down to the FurCon, drive another 3 hours to pick somebody up, drive back to the FurCon, and then have them, like, just not be, like, what you thought they were going to be. Like, don't. It's always a bad deal whenever that happens. Like I said, be careful with who you take with you to the furry convention.
I got you. Would you say it's a good idea to go to a furry convention by yourself? Because when I went to mine, like, I got lucky knowing that I met up with an online friend there, though, and I feel like if I did not have him there, I would have more so been, like, confused or, like, not as fun.
Well, really, like, to be honest, it really depends on what you're going for. If you're going there to meet people, like, I would recommend taking a friend with you and, like, introducing them to the fandom. If you're going there for other reasons, if you know what I mean, you know, you probably should go by yourself, so there's not a whole lot of, like, I guess, hurt. That is dangerous. Like I said, stay safe, but I would recommend it is a lot easier for one person to try and like slip through the crowd and get to wherever they need to go than to try and drag your friend along whenever you want to go do something else.
All right. I understand what you mean with that as well. Anything else you would like to add?
About the con? No, man, I'm good.
All right. So I think that's a good place for us to end it off here.
Yeah, we can go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you, guys. It's been such a great honor to talk to my buddy SeetherCord here.
Thank you.
And I will see y'all in my next video.
Subscribe to my channel.
Yes, and subscribe to this guy. Subscribe to him. He's great. He makes videos like this. So if y'all liked this, if y'all want to see more, leave a thumbs up and let me know.
Okay, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. I've been SeetherCord.
Cool. And I'm Hysteria, as y'all know. So.
And we'll see you guys next time then. I can't believe I just stole your outro right there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, get out of here.
Okay. Bye.
Throwing you out.